Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into MrBeast.
Ooh, Mr.
And we're
Beast.
gonna really kind of unpack some of the things that make him so successful on YouTube.
Right.
We've got some excerpts from a guide about his strategies.
Awesome.
And I think this is going to be really interesting because, this guy's a true YouTube titan.
Yeah, he's killing it.
And so hopefully by the end of this, we'll have a better grasp of, what he does that maybe the rest of us are missing.
Right.
And we can learn a thing or two.
For sure.
So right off the bat, this guide kind of starts out with something that I think is really interesting.
Okay.
It says, your first 10 videos won't get views.
Right.
They'll probably suck.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very interesting way to start talking about MrBeast, right?
It's true, though.
It's true.
Think about anybody who is successful.
Yeah.
Go back and look at their early work, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's so bad. Oh, absolutely.
But they just kept going and going and going, and now it's like, oh, wow, they figured it out.
And I think that's what's interesting is that instead of maybe trying to discourage you right off the bat, it's like, okay,
Like embrace that. Yeah, accept that.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck because you're going to learn from that, and you're going to get better.
Right.
Each time you put something out.
Totally. And he's actually really adamant about this idea of progress over perfection. Oh. And he's even got this quote from the guide where he says, by the time you reach your 100th video, you'll have the skills to create great content.
Wow. So he's really thinking long game.
Yeah.
And not about that instant gratification.
Right. Not that overnight success.
Yeah, the overnight success.
It's like, keep plugging away at it.
So what about the algorithm?
Oh, the algorithm.
The algorithm.
Well,
everybody's always trying to figure out, how do we crack the code? What's the secret sauce?
Yeah.
And what does MrBeast have to say about that?
Well, he has kind of a surprising take.
Right.
He actually says that the algorithm isn't the problem.
Okay.
Your content is. That's pretty blunt, right?
Yeah.
But his point is that instead of trying to game the system, figure out all the little tricks and hacks,
right,
focus on making content that people actually want to watch.
Yeah.
Understand the psychology of your audience.
So he's almost saying, forget about the algorithm.
Kinda, yeah.
Make good stuff.
Yeah, make good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Make stuff that people want to see.
And the algorithm will take care of itself.
Well, it's not quite that simple.
Right.
But his point is that if you focus on the human element, then the algorithm will follow.
Right.
So where does that all start? How do you actually do that?
Well, he's very specific.
Okay.
About the importance of the first impression.
Okay.
Which, on YouTube, that's your title. And your thumbnail.
Right.
He says, a great title is the first impression. Don't underestimate it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he actually has 3 kind of key points that he focuses on.
Okay, I'm listening.
So first, it has to be intriguing.
Okay.
You have to create curiosity.
Grab their attention.
You have to make people want to click.
Right.
Second, it has to be concise.
Okay.
Especially nowadays. So many people are watching these videos on their phones.
Yeah, small screens.
If it's too long, it's just going to get cut off.
Right.
And then lastly, and maybe most importantly, your title and thumbnail have to actually match the content of your video.
Oh, so true.
Because nothing is worse than clicking on a video that promises one thing.
Right.
And delivers another total clickbait.
Yeah, you lose trust.
You lose trust, you lose viewers. And so that kind of leads us to the next point that he makes, which I think is maybe the most fascinating of all.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
He calls the 5-second hook.
The 5-second hook?
So he says that you have 5 seconds to grab the viewer's attention.
5 seconds.
And not only grab their attention, but exceed their expectations.
Okay.
He says the first 5 seconds of your video should make someone go, whoa, I've never seen this before.
Okay.
And then he gives this crazy example.
Okay.
He says, I tied up an FBI agent and gave him $100,000 to escape. Here's how it went.
Whoa, that is a hook.
Right. How can you not want to watch that?
Yeah, that's crazy. And
so I think the takeaway here, and the guide kind of spells this out.
Yeah.
It's not just about being flashy. It's about delivering value.
Right.
In those first 5 seconds, showing people that their time is worth something.
I think that's really key.
Yeah.
It's about respecting the viewer's attention.
Right.
Because they have a choice.
Exactly.
They could be watching anything.
Yeah.
But they clicked on your video.
And so you owe it to them.
You owe it to them.
To make sure that their time is well spent.
Right.
Which leads us to another maybe controversial point that he makes.
Oh, okay.
He says that you don't need to post all the time.
Really?
Like constantly.
And he's not about that like daily upload grind.
No, he's actually
Testing.
The opposite. He's about quality over quantity.
Huh.
He's about creating fewer videos, but making them really, really good.
So it's kind of like he's saying, you know, it's better to have one hit.
Right.
Than 10 misses.
One viral video.
Yeah.
Can have more impact than a dozen.
Interesting.
You know, just okay videos.
So it's about making each one count.
Exactly.
That's a really different approach than a lot of YouTubers take.
It is, and I think it's very interesting and maybe even a little refreshing, because I think it's easy to get caught up in this feeling of like, I gotta post.
Yeah, I gotta keep the content flowing.
Gotta keep the algorithm happy.
Right, stay relevant.
But he's saying, no, like, step back.
Take your time.
Take your time and make something great.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
And the guide also talks about how even when he has a successful video, his work doesn't stop there.
He's always looking to improve.
Always.
I mean, that's got to be part of the secret sauce, right?
I think so, yeah. And he's always analyzing, looking for ways to refine, looking for constructive criticism, getting feedback from people. Mm-hmm. And so it really speaks to this idea of a growth mindset.
Right. It's never good enough.
Yeah. It's always, how can we make this better?
Always pushing the boundaries.
Which leads to his next bit of advice.
Okay.
Which I think is really powerful and important for anyone who wants to create content.
Lay it on me.
He says, don't just follow trends.
Okay.
Analyze them.
Okay.
Understand why they work.
Don't just copy.
Right. Figure out the why. Exactly. He says, figure out why a video is successful and then see how you can apply those same principles to your videos.
He's really pushing for creativity here.
Yeah, he's not about just mimicking what's popular.
Right. Be original.
Be original.
Find your own voice.
Find your own voice. And he actually poses this challenge to creators.
Okay.
He says, how can I do this better, more creatively, and make it my own?
That's a great question.
It is.
It's so easy to just get caught up in, you know, what's working for other people.
Right.
But he's really challenging us to go deeper and find our own unique spin.
And then finally, the guy talks about how MrBeast approaches engagement.
Okay. Engagement's key.
Because, you know, you can have the greatest video in the world, but if people aren't watching it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So how does he do it?
Well, he's very deliberate.
Okay.
About building anticipation throughout his videos,
right.
Delivering on the promises he makes in the title and thumbnail. He understands the power of narrative.
Even in short form content.
Even in a YouTube video, yeah. And the guy gives this example. The last person standing wins $10,000.
Right. Like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah, you're instantly hooked and you're waiting to see, well, who's going to win?
Exactly.
What are they going to have to do to win?
He's a master storyteller.
He is. And so I think, you know, going back to the beginning of this, when we were talking about what does he do that maybe the rest of us don't.
Right.
I think we've uncovered a few things.
We have.
I mean, first of all, he's got this growth mindset.
Totally.
Right? It's all about progress.
Not perfection.
Not perfection.
Keep learning, keep growing.
He's not afraid to suck.
Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck in the beginning.
Right.
But get better every time.
And he understands the importance of that 5-second hook.
Yes.
You got to grab the viewer's attention right away.
Right. And he also really emphasizes the quality.
Over quantity.
Over quantity.
Yeah. Make each video count.
And then finally, I think the biggest takeaway is that he's always learning.
Always analyzing, always refining.
Always trying to figure out, how can I do this better?
Be creative. Find your own voice.
Exactly.
Don't just follow the crowd.
Yeah. So I guess the question now is, for you, for anyone watching.
Yeah.
If you were to start a YouTube channel today, what's the one thing you would do differently based on what we've learned from MrBeast?
That's a great question to think about.
I think so.
I mean, there's so much to learn from his approach.
There is. And hopefully this deep dive has given you some things to think about.
Absolutely.
And maybe even inspire you.
I hope so.
To create something awesome.
Go make something great.
Go make something great.
All right. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.